So, what are your thoughts on manatees?
Oh, manatees?
Yes,
I love a manatee.
me too.
A sea cow.
It's one of my favorites, I
Me
think.
too. Oh,
So,
yeah. I've always wanted to see them. I know there's a migration period, and I just miss it when I visit my parents for spring break. They
that'd be
go
really
by.
cool.
Wouldn't it?
I saw one on a dock in the Florida Keys once. It was the coolest thing because, like, we were not expecting that. But, but yeah. So, anyways, this is the Counter Lounge podcast brought to you by Graphic Design at COD. My name is Sean, everyone's favorite lab aide, and today, again, I have another favorite person. This is Tracy Zuniga, assistant professor at College of DuPage. How are you doing today?
I'm good. I'm good.
Rainy
It's
day.
always easy. Good. Yeah.
Yeah,
I hope
rainy.
it doesn't make a big thunderclap while we're doing
Yeah,
this.
when I came in here earlier to set it up, I was not anticipating the rain, and it was really loud, and it kept going in and out. So hopefully it holds off. It sounds pretty quiet for right now,
Hmm.
but basically wrote down some things this time, so I'm a little more professional. But I know a little bit about you, but maybe some other people don't. So how do you want to how'd you get to COD? I don't know if this is too much information to divulge, but I know you grew up on a farm, which
I
is kind of
did.
crazy.
I did. I grew up
Like
on a farm.
not terribly common around here, I don't think. I don't
Yeah.
know, maybe.
I grew up on a farm, but there were no animals. It was just fields, crops. Not that interesting, I guess. I could smell animals on
Yeah.
other people's farms.
Well, then it's just interesting because like you ended up did you go to Eastern?
I did. Yeah, I went to Eastern Illinois. I knew I had to leave because it was a farm town's pretty small. I knew
Yeah.
there weren't a lot of graphic design jobs, or I should say, no graphic design jobs there. I'm not sure countywide there were many, but I knew I had to leave.
Yeah. What kind of got you into graphic design? Because like I nothing against people who grew up on farms, but like I don't think like, oh, that's the number one thing that people are thinking about when they're living on a farm.
Yeah, I was always into. Well, no, I was never into sports, but everybody around me was, and so I was always the art kid. And Elisa would like this about me. I was always the kid. I was like 12 years old buying Elle Decor magazine and Architectural Digest. Like I really loved interior design, but I think what I actually was responding to was the way the magazines themselves were laid out. So yeah, I've always been I sort of, and I would save spreads.
Yeah.
And
Oh, okay. Yeah.
yeah, I always liked design, but I didn't know what to call it, I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah, that's kinda how, like, I was too, like, I think one of the first instances of design was and I've written this on papers before, like, for admissions for places and
Mhm.
whatnot, but it's like, my dad bought me this Ramones album in, like, 6th grade, and it was like, I opened this book, and it had them, like, on this trippy background, and they were, like, smoking a hookah, which I didn't know what that was, and then I was like, "Whoa, that's cool, like, how do you do that?" And then, like, kinda eventually kinda stumbled into it.
Yeah.
So, it's just interesting to see where people kinda get their start with this
Yeah, and I think
field.
the farm, actually influenced the way I do design because and when you think about fields, it's always, like, straight like, everything's very organized and modular
That's a
and,
good point.
wide open spaces, so my designs have a lot of negative space and everything, if it's not perfectly aligned, it bothers me to no end.
That's interesting. And then, so, let's see, you taught at the Art Institute Schaumburg, Chicago?
It was online, so I believe it was the Schomburg one, but
Gotcha.
yeah, it was the online one.
And then was that, like, your first teaching gig
It was,
then?
yeah. It was interesting because there wasn't a lot of classroom prep, I guess. It was more just grading things and a little bit of feedback for students. It was already like I just felt like a warm body, not a real teacher at that point.
Gotcha. So then after that, though, is that when you ended up here?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I came here and Gotham took a chance on me because I didn't have as much teaching experience as I thought I did
Well,
when I rolled in here.
but the nice thing was, I mean, you showed us your portfolio website and everything early on. It's like you've done some cool projects and everything. Like it's just interesting as I'm thinking about it now. Is that we kind of started here in different ways at the same
Yeah,
time because
yeah.
I think I was in your first graphic design one class.
No, I think you're my second one.
I was.
Yeah.
I thought you started in January.
No, I started in the
Oh,
fall, I believe.
I thought it was special.
Yeah, no, but I was glad. I feel like I made some obviously you learn from each class, so I feel like I learned some things that I applied to your class and I got better. My first day in my first class was just so bad. Those poor students, but we rallied and I reflected a lot on the mistakes I made for sure.
It was a I remember, I mean, like, 'cause I started in 2020 and that was COVID, of course. Like, it was so nice to I was I'd went to school back to school at 30, so I had no idea what to expect. And then having gone through that class first, typography and some gen eds that semester, like it was awesome being on campus and then
Mhm.
everything shut down. So
Yeah.
but yeah, I guess we started at the similar time, I guess.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
I think we
interesting.
definitely did, and yeah, I think I taught for, like, 1.5 semesters before COVID shut us down, but I do believe I was one of the first teachers back on
Yeah.
campus.
Yeah.
So I really like teaching in person way more than online.
Well, yeah, you teach 3D. I think, like, I was talking to Theo, I was like, some classes just need to be in person,
Yep,
kinda, and 3D is one of them.
I
Like,
believe so,
I would
yeah.
like a drawing class in person versus online, even though, like I said, I had to do the drawing one online, but it was fine. But like I said, like, the feedback that you can get instantly just by
Yeah.
walking around, and it's a lot better
Yeah, and
in person.
I know I'm a quiet talker, so the ones in the back might not always hear me, but I love that my students always talk to each other
Yeah,
and try and figure things out.
yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, I didn't really think about that even, yeah. It's like I said to Theo, it's like, "Oh, you can kinda look over and see what they're doing." But yeah, like what would you call that? Yeah,
Camaraderie?
it's a camaraderie, yeah. Especially if it's something difficult and you're, like, all kinda suffering together,
Yes.
you know?
They used to call it trauma bonding.
There you go, yeah. So let me see. So that was COD. What kind of challenges do you think designers are facing? I know AI is a big one, and we'll probably talk about that 100 times if we keep doing these.
Yeah.
What do you think the challenges they're facing right now?
And I think, I think, so, and I might be biased because I love school, but I think the willingness to keep learning because design and the tools, they never change. Sorry, that's the wrong statement. Design and tools, they constantly change. And so you can't just get set in your one mindset. I only like this and I
Yeah.
only want to do things this way. That's never going to fly. Like you can't only be an illustrator. You have to like typography, you have to like composition, you have to learn web design, you have to learn motion yeah, we have to learn AI. It's coming and I think employers are going to start expecting it. You have to know social media because advertising has changed from print magazines and now it's all social media and what are your metrics? So
Yeah. Was
you have to know that.
the next question I kinda had ready was, like, what do you think are some, like, good soft skills? Because I think some of that is just soft skills too.
Yeah.
This is more of a personality trait more than anything, but kinda like you said, like, I think it's important to, like other things, you know?
Yeah.
There's a lot of times that,
That oops.
oh, it's fine. We kinda, like, run across people that are just, like, into one thing, and that's it.
Yeah.
And it's just like, well, you gotta do other things too. And
Right.
it's like, it's one thing to, like, design in a certain style or something. I'm guilty of that. Just kinda leaning on whatever strengths I might have. But it's another thing to, like, no, I only wanna do this. I only wanna do one thing because it's like you're really kinda shooting yourself in the foot.
Absolutely. It's great to have interest because I do feel like they infiltrate your designs a little bit for sure. But I think one thing we always have to keep in mind is we are not the client. You always have to, a soft skill would be understanding who your target audience is. And I feel like that's got to be at least 50% of your job. Like as long as you can still make it look good, but you have to understand who you're designing for. And I feel like that's one of the things students overlook. They just really don't want to understand their persona or their target audience, but that is so important.
Yeah. Would you say that maybe, like, kinda skipping topics a little bit here, but would you say that, like, 3D design, that's, like, maybe your favorite class to teach, or
Don't tell you, and yeah.
putting you on the spot?
I do love that. I do, I like it. It's my favorite, I think. It's just a fun class, and I think I love seeing the students actually hold something, make something that ends up being like, "Oh," they like it's like that little aha moment. Because up until then, I feel like everything's been on a screen, and everything they do is on a screen, so now they have, like, something physical to hold, and it's so exciting.
I think that little aha moment is, like, the best, like, because even sometimes when I've, like, tutored students and, like, I show them something, even if it's just something small that they didn't know and you see that light bulb go off, it's like
Yeah.
that's, like, the best feeling, like,
It's
teaching someone something
yeah.
or.
Well, I also like teaching graphic design 1 for that exact
Yeah.
reason, because there's a lot of aha moments
Yeah.
in there too.
Even just, like, something as simple as, like, a keyboard shortcut. Yeah. I gotta get up. Maybe? Uh, I wanna that's
We gotta figure out a way to keep the lights on.
I think I'm going to, put a little technical difficulties, like a little beeping over that part. I was gonna do it last, podcasts, but it just was like I just wanted to get it edited and whatever.
So who
But
else are your guests? What else you got
I
coming?
don't know. We're gonna try to get everyone that we can.
Yeah, get everyone
Like
in here?
I want to get Luna in here because I think Luna would have some good takes.
Mhm. I
So,
feel like you should get Kevin Leonard in here. I
oh
feel
yeah,
like he would do a serious
yeah,
discussion on
yeah.
design.
Well, I wanted to start off with like people that I knew. So like if it was like if it just went off the rails, like it'd be okay. So I wouldn't feel so bad for just like wasting people's time because this is just fun, just a little conversation.
Yeah. Mm.
Let me see. Let me check my notes here. What what I don't think you have to call anybody out, but like what are some design sins that just drive you mad?
Script. I unless you're writing a poem about a unicorn, I feel like there's not many places script is appropriate. Oh, I hate it.
Yeah.
I hate it. I hate script. I think what a big design sin for me is not enough contrast. Like that's just always and alignment. Like I said, alignment's like near and dear to my heart. So those are my probably big three: no script, alignment, and good contrast. Things I don't like. I'm trying to think some design sins.
So everybody can listen up.
Yeah, let me like. I always had to check my memory banks before I. Well, I had a student yesterday during critique, and she was looking at matchboxes, and everyone she'd get, she'd say, "Let me look at it." She just wanted a minute to look at it before she gave critique, which is thoughtful. Design sense. I think not really honoring the process, not caring about concept, just trying to make it look pretty.
Yeah.
That's not good. That's not what we do.
I feel like that's though, like it's perhaps a design sin, but like are we getting to that point where that's almost commonplace though
Just
eventually?
skipping the process.
A little bit because like I mean, I don't know, I think a lot like up in this fishbowl brain of mine, just things swirling around in there like how are people going to be receptive to design in the future, because everything is like it's getting watered down. It's like we're getting our media differently, like
Yeah.
if you scroll through Instagram, like we're not getting showcase a big product. We're getting somebody showcasing a product
Mm.
versus the actual thing. Like it's not just like we're getting a image of a Coke can and a nice logo
Right.
and like people talking about it maybe. And it's just like
Yeah, we are getting advertised too different. You're right.
some of the design just seems to take a back seat, but it's just like it's still in my opinion it's just so important to like because even what was I looking at? I forget what it was. But somebody was god, this is a terrible way to start a story, but I just could not remember what it was, but it was something that this company did. They switched something up, and I was like, "Why would you do that? That, like, does not promote trust in your company."
Mhm.
Like, whether it was well, I think even just using AI in general, like,
Right.
if you have something that's clearly AI, that means you're trying to pull the wool over my eyes.
Yeah, the AI like Super Bowl videos and the Christmas videos, it's so clearly AI, but
And I think some people don't care. Like,
oh, I think a
if
lot.
you go to a hobby store,
Mhm.
look at the art, people are buying it.
Mhm.
So it's like, I mean, not everybody's gonna be your client, but it's just like, is that ever going to be I can't imagine a time where that's gonna be the prevailing idea,
Yeah.
you know?
I
I
think
don't know.
we were sort of talking about it the other day where it's just regurgitating ideas that are already out there. So I think a strong skill that students actually need is coming up with fresh concepts because you'll have to, plug that into the prompt, I guess, your fresh idea, and then you'll get something good.
I think that's like, kinda going back and even when I was talking to Theo, like, just nuance, because a computer
Mhm.
doesn't understand nuance.
Yeah.
So it's up to the person, even if you are going an AI route, like, you gotta understand, like, there's just these little things that, like, because I think that's a habit of designers to, like, see things differently a little bit.
Mhm.
Not, like, just some profound kind of idea, but, like, they see things a little differently, and then, like, they might see something that somebody that's just walking by is not gonna notice. Like, we care about, like, the strangest things, Like, it's getting a little I'd say, like, on one hand, like, I've seen some things just from following Disney a little bit, but, like, people like the trash cans, like, because they're always decorated to the lands and things like that,
Uh,
and then so, like, they started, like, making little miniature versions of them,
oh, really?
like that, yeah, just silly things like that, so some designer, like, caught that,
Yeah.
"Oh, this is kind of a thing," and so now they're selling them. They made a popcorn bucket, it's crazy.
Wow. I had a professor once who told me that a good concept is A plus B equals Q or something because everybody sees A plus B equals C. You're finding the connection between two disconnected things and coming up with a completely new idea.
Yeah, I like that because one of the things that I like to do is, like, take 2 things that don't even, like, shouldn't work.
And you find that common thread.
Yeah, because like, even Betsy Johnson, like, I think I kind of in the back of my mind, kinda got that from her because she uses a lot of colors that kinda clash, but then when she gets them together just right, they work for some reason. So I was kinda like that challenge, like, even, like, this is, like, a silly design I did. I was making a lot of patterns. I think a lot of graphic designers, they just
Oh, you are. I remember you were as a pattern.
oh, back in the day.
You were doing patterns. I remember.
I had, like, a pineapple and a gun because it's like, why not? Because it's kitschy. I like kitsch,
Yeah, you were
like,
doing
so
patterns. I remember that now.
yeah.
Forgot all about that.
Yeah, I still love them. Still love doing a pattern. I love that, like, oh, like, you can make this pattern as big as you want because it's a swatch now, and they can go everywhere, and not that I've ever done anything with them, but I always wanted to do shirts with them,
Yeah,
but,
that'd be fun.
you know, yeah, so, I mean, let's see, what else do I got? So what's I got a couple more for you, but, like, what's the biggest piece of advice for students right now, because we're in a weird time. It's like trying to weather the storm.
Yeah, no, we are in a transition period, but I feel like I said, just keep educating yourself, keep learning, and when something is available for you to learn, learn it. And then one of the there's a couple pieces of advice. I read one the other day. It said you can't get fired from school, so put as much creative stuff out there as you can. You can't get fired from school, so I think that's a good piece of advice. Another one I always say is you get out of school what you put into it. So if you're giving me half effort, if you're only working in class and not doing anything outside class, that shows for sure.
Yeah, I think I like that idea, like, yeah, you can't get fired. I've always it's like, that's what I similar to what I think, I don't know, I probably stole it from someone, but I was like, just kinda like a sandbox, just go in there and just,
Yeah.
like, don't be afraid,
Have you
like
heard that quote from, I think it's Jordan Peele? I used to put it in my introductions. And he said, when I'm thinking about new movies, I think of it like I'm just pouring sand into the sandbox, and later we can build
mhm.
sandcastles. And I'm like, that's your thumbnails. Your thumbnails, you're just pouring that sand into that sandbox. Later you can make the sandcastle.
Yeah, I think that's speaking of thumbnails, we gotta make sure these young folks out there, they're drawing more thumbnails, because like,
Yeah.
because I've heard the horror stories where be like, "How many do I gotta do?" It's just like, you need to do the amount that gets you to
Right.
the
Oh,
final.
that's the one that gets me. It's always like, how many thumbnails? And they'll do exactly, that number, but it's like all of these are bad thumbnails. Now you have to do more. Yeah. None of these are working.
Yeah. So, I'm not sure how much time we have left, but, I've got one more question.
Okay.
I faked Theo out. I said I was gonna ask him a serious question, but I figured we could do something light. And so for you, I came up with because I think I know the answer already, but I'm just gonna ask it.
You want to answer for me?
No, I'll answer if it stumps you, but I think we already know. But if you were a pickle, what kind of pickle would you be?
Seriously, that's your question?
No question.
And you know the answer?
I know the answer. I'm surprised you don't,
Ah,
because you're the graphic design mom. You are the department's graphic design mom. I think everybody would agree with that.
okay. A pickle. Jeez.
I knew the answer, and then I was like, I had to think of, like, other types too.
I don't think I'm a spicy pickle, so maybe just a dill pickle, like the classic. I don't know.
You could be a dill pickle. That was the second answer I was thinking for
Okay,
you.
I want to know what the right
Is
answer
you
is.
because you're a big deal, big deal. Puns, puns. No, but I thought you were a sweet pickle.
Oh, I didn't know those were sweet pickles.
Oh yeah,
I didn't.
you're from the Midwest.
Yeah.
Yeah, my
I
wife, she says she never seen like a relish tray before she ever came to the Midwest.
There's more than one kind of relish?
Well, it's like that's the thing. I don't think you're from here.
Got
I don't think you're from here. This is so.
found a pickle or relish first. Actually, I like I don't know, is it butter chips? I don't
Those are great,
Okay.
especially on a sandwich.
Yes.
But, a relish tray is, like, multiple kinds of pickles. There's, like, regular dill, sweet pickles. I think olives are on there.
Oh, I hate all.
It's like yeah. But it's like apparently I'm the only one that ever had a relish tray
Well,
because
I mean, I've never seen one. It did.
other
I had a lot of mayonnaise salad in my past.
I don't know about mayonnaise salad.
No
They
tuna salad, chicken salad.
We'll have a party with mayonnaise salad.
There's a restaurant. Shout out to Chicken Salad Chick, I think
Oh,
it's
yeah.
called. It's all mayonnaise salad.
Yeah,
Like,
they were I think they're from the South because we had that when I was living in Charleston,
yeah.
so but yeah, I think Heather was a little bit excited about that, but I don't know.
I know, I can't get into it because I think I maybe ate too many of them when I was a kid. A lot of mayonnaise salads in my past.
Mayonnaise salads. Love that. I don't think I know that, term per
I think
se.
that's just what I got.
Yeah, yeah, I get it now. I was like, "Oh, yes, yes,"
The
'cause
main ingredient
yeah,
is mayonnaise.
yeah. So, is there, any last words you have for anybody out there?
Oh, push yourself a little harder, I think. Push yourself as hard as you can
Yeah.
for these years, yeah.
I
Get
think
toast as an adult.
yeah, we need to get that tunnel vision, you know? Like,
Yeah,
kinda
lock
just,
in.
yeah, focus and easier said than done sometimes.
Darn it.
I thought we were gonna make it
Me too.
to the end.
These lights.
That's good. That means we must have spent a good amount of time here. So, I thank you for coming in on a Friday, on a rainy Friday.
Ew.
This is fun,
It is fun. It's a
and
fun little thing.
yeah, it's.
You've been talking about it for a while.
I know. It's just like
Yeah.
just finally just had to do it. Like
Same.
we found all these things, and just that's what I like to try to do. I like to try to just make something out of like spare parts essentially because like we had all this stuff sitting around. It's like, all right, let's figure it out. Let's finally do it, and I think it's gonna be cool. I think I'm gonna try to get Hillock on next.
Yeah.
Like I said, the
She'll be fun.
people that just I'm not afraid of. So,
She will be fun. Yeah.
but thanks.
Well, thank you. Have
Yeah.
fun. Thanks for inviting me.
Yeah, no problem. Don't forget to follow and like us everywhere: Instagram, Facebook, Behance, YouTube, all of those things, TikTok, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.